Good morning. How is everyone today? It's Thursday morning. We made it to another day. Wow, this week is just flying by. It's busy, busy, busy. So today's card is number 15, and it is Power of the Good. I love the tiger in there and the woman with the beautiful earrings. Isn't that beautiful? I just love the art in this particular deck. It always just goes, ooh, pretty. I love how I know kind of instantly that this is a card talking about Indian culture, from India, Indian culture. But I don't know what it means. So I opened my book, and the first sentence is, in the Hindu pantheon of divine beings, Durga shines bright as a powerful warrior goddess and protector of good and true. She is unified potency of all divine forces of goodness against negativity and evil, an icon for independence and divine power of the light. Durga is the solar mother who shines light, restores order, and protects the human soul by destroying impurities such as jealousy, hatred, anger, and selfishness. She is creative, inventive, responsible, and powerful. Once, a particularly adept demon looked like he was getting the upper hand in a battle, so she birthed Kali out of her third eye. Kali, the black goddess, ferociously destroyed the demon immediately. Durga is the invincible one. In the Sanskrit word Durga means fort, a place that is protected in battle and unable to be overcome. Durga's power animal is the tiger, indicating her unlimited power to protect virtue and destroy evil. She is bright, she is swift, she is unconquerable goodness. I think it's interesting. We had a lion, and now we have a tiger. I think there's some feline energy here. I think that I didn't really focus so much about like what I was drawing a card for this morning because I was working on a project. So I have this project that I have a couple projects going on, and the one that I was contemplating is actually a gift of time and effort and energy and creativity for someone else. And I was thinking about how there have been projects that I have volunteered for in the past, and I kind of get run over sometimes because I'm one of those people that I want to help. When somebody says, hey, we need people to help, I'll go, yeah, I can help. You know, when I know that I can. I used to, when I was younger, I would like over volunteer for everything, and then I couldn't follow through. That was awful. And it always made me feel bad. But as I've gotten older, I've gotten better with my boundaries, and I've gotten, okay, these are the things I know I have to do, and can I volunteer more? Do I have the energy, the effort, etc., to volunteer more? And I saw this project pop up, and I sat with it for, I'd say, probably about 24 hours maybe. And I was like, yeah, I can do this. I can definitely volunteer for this. I have knowledge and know-how, and I don't have to make all the things. I can just put my little hand in. And there was an interaction, a conversation between me and someone else that since then I've actually had a private instant message conversation with this person. We're completely okay on the up and up. But the initial conversation I walked away from, and it wasn't that person that created my emotional response. It was a bubbling up of past encounters because I have been bullied and because I have been railroaded over and I have been gaslit and I have been taken advantage of, right? And I'm not a competitive person. I'm not a competitive person. If you think you can do it better, faster, and grander, enjoy. I'm going to go play over here in my sandbox. I am not competitive. That behaviors like that don't rise me to the challenge. They make me go, okay, you can go do that. And then you go do that and I go do something else. I am not competitive at all. And this particular instance, nobody was trying to compete with me. There was none of that going on. It was my own insecurities and my own fears of, I really, really want to help, but I don't want to get lost in the shuffle of all of the other volunteers that want to help, right? I really wanted to share. It comes from a place of just genuinely wanting to share. I don't care if my name goes out into the universe and, oh, she did this. No, I don't care for that. I just wanted to help. Anyway, I had a conversation with my partner about it, and he said, well, why don't you talk to this other person? And I was like, okay, well, but what do I say? Because I don't want to sound like I'm a whiny 5-year-old. And he gave me some really good words to say, and I sat with it for a while. And the thing about this whole thing is I found myself in this juxtaposition of energy flux and spiritual, emotional, like, what is going on, right? And I was working on the design aspect of this project this morning, and I was kind of going over these conversations in my head. And so I drew this card, and the very first paragraph in the book is, you never need to lose faith in the power of good. You never need lose faith in how much you can accomplish as an independent and inspired individual in this world. You need never believe that you are alone or without divine protection. You need never fear evil. The third eye of the Divine Mother sees all, is ever watchful and ever just. She births through you holy vision, the manifest power of good in all realms. Her gaze is upon you now, and trust her. And it was in that moment through the last couple days that I was like, oh, wait, I have to realize that I know that I'm an artist. I create art. It's a compulsion. I'm an energy sensitive. I transmute energy constantly. I'm psychic. I work with clients. I'm very passionate about being and creating a community, whether that be an electronic community or that be a community face-to-face. Eventually, I know that will be an in-person community. And I have to work through, just like everybody else has to work through, the insecurities and fears and really see the goodness in what I want, and that my fears are just what they are. They're fears. And I can transform them into loving responses. I don't have to be afraid. And I'm not going to get lost in the shuffle, because my work that I've done in the last couple years in allowing my light to shine and be truthful and honest and transparent and unapologetically authentic is part of why I do the things that I do. I do a YouTube channel for daily devotions. I have a YouTube channel for my art. I am writing a book. I have a web page. I'm really using technology to get my message out about how raw and real growth is. Growth as an artist, growth as a psychic teacher and healer, and working on my book. And getting all of that out requires taking those fearful moments and being transparent with them and learning from them honestly and truthfully, and allowing those moments to be shared. And it was this card this morning was one of those cards where I wasn't really sure what I was going to do daily devotion on, because I was working on my project, and I was kind of like, because I woke up this morning with an idea. So, of course, I have to get that out. And then I kind of browsing on Facebook a little bit, and I wasn't really paying attention to what I was browsing on. And then I saw a comment on a thread, and I was like, okay, I really need to draw a card. I really need to focus and try to figure out what is my focus today. And my focus today is very much on the warrior goddess and the protector of good. She, the earth goddess, and whatever goddess and whatever pantheon, I had kind of that moment of Father God, Mother Earth, the four sisters stars. And I had just this moment of clarity. And I wrote a little bit of my book, and I thought, wow, this is like a whole nother book. I have to be careful which direction I go with this, how much energy I'm going to put into it. And then Astra came up, and she sat in my lap, and she curled in and purred and purred and purred. And then I drew this card, and it was just all of that feline energy of the power that comes from the feline form. Cats are magnificent hunters, and mother cats are very protective of her young, and all cats are, especially the women, the felines, the female figures in the cat form are huntresses, and they're protectors of their young. And the masculine lion energy of also protectors, and the grace and the beauty and the unabashed authenticity, and people's perception that cats are these aloof, hoity-toity, egocentric animals. And I've always argued against that particular perception of felines. I've always thought of them as just having a lot of self-confidence. They know what they can do, and they know what they can't do. And that particular animal has always been one that pops up in my life over and over and over again. The lynx, the lion, the jaguar. And I think the message for me is very much about, I need to embrace with authenticity and love and compassion and that goddess energy and that strength of having the authentic confidence to know what I know and be confident in what I do with grace and love and compassion, and not worry so much about the ego and what other people think about why and what my motivations are. I had a friend many years ago, and she argued with me quite intensely that I was very competitive. And I was like, no, I'm really not. And I did take her perception of the situation in, and I did sit with it. I was like, well, maybe I am competitive. But if I am competitive, I don't want to be the jerk that's competitive and running over other people with my competitiveness. And that just feels icky and wrong. And I don't like that. And I don't want to be competitive. And then it took me years to work through what she thought was a very helpful statement. And it came from a place of love, and it came from a place of compassion. But I know that that's wrong. I'm not competitive. I genuinely want everyone to succeed. I want everyone to see the grace and beauty and love and compassion in themselves. And I want everybody to be successful as they want to be. I want everyone to see that success. I genuinely do. And if I have to step back and let someone else win a contest, I'll do that. With no ego, with no shame, with no, oh, look at me, I sacrificed myself. That's not how I look at it. I look at it as there was a competition many years ago. I'd say we were looking about 5 or 6 years ago, and it was if you've never entered a competition before, competition. And I had some art, I was competing, and there was this one other artist that she had stuff. And I loved her stuff, and it was amazing. And I realized that I have way more. I have like 30 something years of experience to this woman who's only done this a couple years, and she's really, really good in this area. And I knew in that moment I had to step back and withdraw because she needed that win. She needed that win. I didn't need the win. And there was a person there that kind of was like, why would you do that? She let me do it, but she was like, why would you do that? I went, because I need to. This is important for her. Me winning, doesn't matter. I won a lot of competitions when I was a kid, inadvertently, not even trying. Hell, I got a space. I won a competition to go to a fancy drama school, and I half-assed the audition because I didn't really want to go. I really, truly want other people to succeed. And when I volunteer for something, it's not because I need my name in the pot or I want to show everybody up. It's because I truly want to give. I am a giver, I'm a carer, and I want other people to shine. And I would rather work in the background and build other people up. But part of my work is that I'm not going to be in the background. I'm out front, right here on YouTube, out front, putting my face out there. I haven't even brushed my hair and brushed my teeth. Ooh, thank goodness you can't feel my breath. I put myself out there because I can, and I'm strong enough to do it, and I'm strong enough to share it with you and tell you and share with you you are not alone. The power of good, the goddess energy of independence, and the divine power of light. We are divine beings of light and love, and evil can't get to you. Whatever prayer of whatever God or goddess or pantheon you believe in, it doesn't matter. Call upon your ancestors. Call upon Father Sky, Mother Earth, Mother God. Call upon them to surround you with the armor of light and say, protect me. And you will. You have guides. You have angels. People are surrounded by entities around them all the time to keep them protected. And some things you write into your blueprint that seem like bad things happen, those are always lessons. And maybe you wrote into your blueprint to be that sacrifice in that moment, that lesson for someone else later. I've had bad things happen to me. And in those bad things, I found my resilience. And I also found that I can turn those things around and give back with strength to someone who needs it. So you're never alone. You need never fear evil. The third eye of the Divine Mother sees all things, is ever watchful and ever just. And the lesson I walk away from is I'm a hell of a lot stronger than I think I am. And guess what? You are too. You are a lot stronger than you think you are. But find your peace each day. Find that place of peace in your heart. Get outside. Take a walk around the block. Touch Mother Earth. Allow her to touch you. Blessed be, my friends, and I'll see you tomorrow in prayer. Blessed be.